You're back at Starting Gate. The race to the White House is still anybody's ball game, but what exactly is at stake in terms of trade, should Trump or Clinton win? Now, I spoke to Sean King, Senior Vice President, Park Strategies from New York, to weigh in on the matter.
It's neck and neck in most of the key battle states. Hillary has a slight lead in some, but well within the margin of error. And there's always the thought that there may be a silent Brexit-esque vote out there, people who are afraid to say they're going to vote for Trump, but actually will. So we really don't know what's going to happen. But Trump was certainly gaining momentum. Some of that has been killed off now with the FBI's latest clearance of Hillary Clinton, but she had already lost a lot in the 9 days between that and the previous FBI letter to Congress. So 24 million people voted early within those 9 days, and 40 million had voted before that. So maybe it's a 16 million vote advantage to her. But let's see, it's really too close to call.
Let's go specifically and talk about the candidates and their potential actions on trade beyond their campaign rhetoric, given the U.S.'s proactive pivot to Asia, and at the same time, they've declared in their campaign speeches their opposition to TPP.
Yeah, unfortunately, both candidates have declared opposition to TPP, and Secretary Clinton was for it as Secretary of State, but then she felt she had to get to the left or near the left of Bernie Sanders on it, and President Obama did not give her enough cover on the issue from the left, and sadly she had to disavow a treaty that she supported, rightly so in my mind. Trump, to his credit, if there is one, has been consistently against trade going back to the late 80s when he was railing against Japan in his first consideration for president in 1988. If Hillary wins and she has a Republican Senate, there's a chance she might resubmit a reworked version of TPP for a vote. But if she has a Democratic Senate, or if Donald Trump is president, no matter who controls the Senate, then TPP goes nowhere. And I know the Philippines is not part of TPP, but if it were to pass, there could be a TPP 2.0 that could be open to the likes of South Korea, Philippines, assuming you'd even want to join, and then Taiwan, perhaps, assuming that their own pork industry would get out of the way, and or Beijing-friendly TPP members like Canada would not veto Taiwan's entry. So a lot of factors play into the future of U.S. trade policy in Asia beyond just who wins the White House tomorrow.
Give us your thoughts on the Philippines, given its own rebalancing and pivot to China, and how a new U.S. administration would address that.
If Secretary Clinton is president, I think you can expect basically the same policy you've had from Obama, a muscular pushback against China in the region, but it seems like the Philippines is no longer interested in that, so we might be out of sync with our only treaty ally among South China Sea claimants, so it puts us in an awkward position. If Trump wins, I think he'll have little interest in pushing the South China Sea issue. I think personally, just from personal chemistry, he would probably get along great with President Duterte, and it would feel great for them for a little while. He's not going to lecture him on extrajudicial killings or human rights or anything of the sort. But remember, Duterte is able to extract so much in terms of concessions and goodies from Beijing, because Beijing already thinks America has the Philippines in its corner. If Trump comes in and he basically cuts the Philippines loose and says, we're not going to defend you against China anyway, we really don't care what you do, then that weakens Manila's leverage vis-a-vis Beijing. So they may be able to get less out of China going forward. So it goes both ways, but obviously for U.S. policy in Asia, Hillary seems like the more stable choice.